Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Broyans Farm. I'm starting off today here seeding all of our farm peppers. All these plastic bags are seeds that my dad has sanitized and labeled, so I know exactly what they are. All of them are different sizes, different colors. Some of them even have different textures. And so right now I'm putting together a good early list for what we want in the field. This isn't our big batch of peppers. This is just what we plant in the plastic. That way we have something a little bit early and we can drip underneath. And so I'm going to be doing just a variety of bell peppers, Cubanelles, Italianelles, and then also I'm putting in all of our hot bush peppers like Bangkok, Chili Ups, Chili Downs, Anthony's, and a couple other varieties that are very popular later in the season that you can kind of just hang up in your basement and dry out and then use them all winter long. Mom's working on trimming hanging baskets, specifically the fuchsias at the moment. You need more hose or are you good? So you can see down here, before they were trimmed at all, this is what they kind of look like. And it almost just kind of looks like it's got a bad hair day. Shoots coming out all over, but obviously it looks nice and healthy, which is exactly what we want. So then Mom is going through and just nipping off, if I can set this down, all these long shoots to even it all up. So she'll take like these off, this off, and those two over there. And then we'll let it grow again. That way when it starts to flow down over, everything's nice and even and it's not all sporadic everywhere. One thing I wanted to add is that we have a Facebook page also called Broyans Farm, where basically Mom and I just post updates of our farm market, what we have, what's in stock, what's new for the day. Also, I started posting videos on there just of my older videos from out the summer and a couple years ago, just kind of highlights, not really too long, about 3 to 4 minutes is about the average time of my videos on there. So if you want to go check it out, we're around 4,000 followers right now, and I'm really trying to get to 5. So please, give us a like, follow the page. It's the next day, it's the first day in like 3 days that we've actually had some sunshine, which is great because once you have a lot of days of cloudiness, the pots just don't seem to dry out. It just kind of has a lot more chance of disease and it's just not good. It's definitely good to have that sun, get them drying out, get that air flowing, get the doors opened up, all that stuff. So that's gonna be a plus for today. Also, I'm gonna get to fertilize everything while Mom and Dad are out running around. Dad's in Benton right now, which is like 45 minutes from our house or our farm, getting feed and minerals for our cows, which is gonna come back and then grind feed. My mom is going to get apples at a local orchard, bringing them back to the farm market because Jill, and I don't know who else, is gonna be out there today making pies for the upcoming Easter holiday. I always start out in the seed room checking this first because if these get dry, they die a lot easier. From what I can see, it doesn't look too bad. It could use a little bit of a spritz over top. Yesterday, I got all these done, about 15 flats here, and then another 5 or 10 flats around here, sporadic. And then outside, I also did our cole crops, which don't go in here after seeding, which is another 10 flats. So I did about 30, 35 flats yesterday, which is a pretty good day for me with that seeder because, it's all hands-on, nothing automated, anything like that. And so now we are 100% full. You've seen obviously in the seed room, and then out here, there's no room at all. That's the cole crops I did yesterday, which is gonna be for our field. Because we've had a lot of cloudiness and we didn't overwater anything, about everything can use water, but certain things are gonna take fertilizer and certain things aren't. For instance, the scented geraniums down here, I'm gonna be watering with a 17-4-17. We don't really want these to grow too much, but we do wanna keep them green and healthy. And so that's why 17-4 is a good option for that. The potted petunias, we always have trouble with them wanting to get yellow because they just take a lot of nutrients. So they're gonna get an 18-6-18 to keep them nice and happy. We'll make them grow a little bit, but not too much. You can see how much that pot is already filled out and shooting out. So we don't really wanna push it at all, but we wanna keep it from getting yellow, which is what the 18-6-18 is gonna do. And the same thing goes for these Calibacoa. They like 18-6-18 a lot too. These here really flourish and do awesome. And these here are doing beautiful. They just don't grow near as fast. And so we have to really watch when we're watering. We need to water these a lot more than what we water these. All of our zonal geraniums over here along the wall, all the way down there, up to the heater, are gonna get 17-4-17 as well. You can see how perfectly green and beautiful the pot is, but it's already big enough to where we don't really want it to get any bigger. So again, 17-4-17 is gonna come into play there. And there's obviously lots more I'm gonna be fertilizing, but I'm not gonna bore you with what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna get to work. And I always just wanna throw this in here just because the fertilizers I'm using are working for me and my greenhouses does not mean it's gonna work for you. So don't just go out and buy these fertilizers that I'm talking about and throw them on your stuff, because it might not help your stuff at all. Could even injure it in some cases. So I've been watering for about the past 2 hours. In the meantime, Sammy and Mom showed up. Sammy is transplanting like lobelia or something into pots, just extra that we couldn't fit in our hanging baskets. And Mom is over number 1 trimming hanging baskets or pots, whatever it is that needs to be trimmed. And so while they're doing that, I'm gonna head over into the shed. I gotta mix up some more fertilizer because I'm just about out. That pot looks dry.
Oh gosh.
I didn't even try and scare you.
I'm very into my work. I'm not paying attention. You made no noise.
Wow, yeah, these need some water.
Yeah, these need, yes, they do need some water. I think I broke that one.
So basically, there's really no wrong way to trim it. Just you can trim it too short. And so basically, if it's kind of got a bunch of shoots coming out, she'll just kind of like make it rounded.
I'm just trying to even them.
Yeah.
More or less.
Here's the fertilizer I'm going to be mixing, which is 17-4-17. I got to look here on the chart. Our dosatron injector is a 1:100. I want to mix it at 150 parts. So you can see right there at 100 for the 1:100 injector would be 7.94 ounces per gallon, and the 200 is 15.88. So I'm going to be doing somewhere around like 10-11 ounces per gallon, and I'm going to be mixing 2 gallons in my 5-gallon bucket. So then that'll be somewhere around 22 ounces, which I'll get my calculator out and figure it exactly right now. It came out to 11.91 ounces, so I'll just round up to 12, which I'll do 24 ounces then of fertilizer. So I'll get my scale turned on, get this on there, tear that, and I can start filling. Right now I'm getting hot water mixed with my fertilizer. It just helps it dissolve a lot better. So it's about 4 o'clock, getting towards the end of the day. Got everything watered in both greenhouses. Did it all myself today, which was kind of a big job since I had to juggle the fertilizing and different things. We're getting certain kinds of fertilizer and other things we're getting a different one. Sammy transplanted a bunch of our tomatoes. Now she's just sweeping the floor. That's all these right here. And now finally the job that I'm getting to, which I wanted to work on all day long, was just cleaning up the farm. It's usually what I do this time of year, whether it's working in the shed or just cleaning up stuff outside. Like last time I was working on cleaning up those blocks. The other day I took down that tree. Me and Sammy, I think, at least myself for right now, are gonna be working on getting that cleaned up. And then we might move over to that cow lifter and see if we can get that out of the dirt, get it cleaned off, and see what we want to do with that. Before I head over to the tree, I think Dad's in the high tunnel working on spacing out our drip lines, because we're going to be tilling this again for the last time, and it's very dry. So we want to get this taken care of, get some moisture in the soil. Is it working good?
Oh, real good.
Is there any holes in it from ice?
Yeah.
Bad? You had to splice it?
Oh yeah, I had to fix them. Just 2.
Wow.
I thought this was gonna be a menagerie. Really well.
So he's got it dripping right now. Wow, it feels like you got it really high pressure.
I can't tame it down.
Hard as a rock. And so I think the emitters are like every 16, is it 16 inches?
12.
12?
On this.
And so you can see there and there. And after it drips for a couple hours, these 2 wet spots will kind of meet up. It looks pretty dry.
Yeah, you never want soil to get that lifeless, but you get her. So
we just got it cleaned up. Kubota's a little bit full. Probably could have got a little more on that, but We'll take this down. Come on, Sandy, let's get this off of here.
Why don't you just open the back and we can just push it off?
Well, you grab your side, I'll grab my side. You want to try and lift it? Like,
let's just push it.
Okay. I'm glad I had that idea.
Those are heavy. Can you help me?
I'm just gonna drive forward, just let it sit there.
Oh, jeez.
The wind was too bad when I was trying to explain about how this thing operated, so I'm just going to do it with a voiceover. This whole apparatus you see here is what's called a cow lifter. There's 3 little holes there on the bottom where a strap would run through. Dad said that would go underneath the cow's stomach, and then you would take these 2 cranks. I'm not sure if it was simultaneously or, you know, separately, but you would turn them to lift the cow up, and his head would go right where my head was just at. And like I said, I don't know how high you would lift them or anything like that, but once you'd get them off the ground, that's when you would trim their hooves or do whatever of that sort. But everything at this moment is froze up. It's not usable. Not that anybody would use it at this point. Probably a lot newer stuff out there. But we're going to try and put it on Facebook Marketplace for I don't know how much yet. But if it doesn't sell within a couple weeks, we're just going to take it to the scrapyard because, like I said before, the whole point of getting this out of here is so it's not in our way, we don't have to mow around it, and it's not sitting here rotting.
Whoa.
Like I do every morning, I came in the greenhouses here and I kind of just did a look over of all the seedlings, just seeing how much they've grown, seeing what germinated. Then I went into the seed room and I noticed a problem. After doing some quick glancing, I noticed something weird in this back flat, and it's a little bit stirred up. And then I looked closer and it actually looked like something was chewing off these brand new seedlings coming up, which is peppers. And so I do a little bit more walking, come over here. I noticed another one's chewed off. I noticed some more stirred up. Same thing with this flat and this flat, and then back in there a little bit. Then I started looking closer and I started noticing the seeds were chewed in half. And then I kind of basically knew we have either a mouse or a vole problem. Now we've had this problem before and it did not go well. We tried sticky traps. We tried peanut butter. We tried, I think Dad may have even tried corn. We tried cheeses, meats, whatever. This thing just did not care. I don't know if it was too smart or if it only wanted our seedlings. I don't really know, but we couldn't catch it to save our life. And basically we just had to live with it for like a week or so until he kind of just moved on because I don't think we caught anything. And so now I'm afraid that we're gonna be having the same problem again, but we're gonna obviously try our hardest to catch them. It doesn't take much and they can ruin a whole flat. I mean, all these things are little tiny baby things. And so if they're hungry or if there's a family of them, they could devastate it very quickly. With all that being said, that's what I'm gonna call it a wrap for this video. If you wanna see more updates on the mouse vole problem, that'll probably be in the next couple videos following this one. As always, thank you guys for watching, and always remember it ain't much, but it's honest work.